I love you. Hi. Oh my god. What in the world was that? Why? It's not sticky, like at all. Oh god, it's so wrinkly. Okay. It's not ideal. I'm not having a good time. Sponsored / gifted from Haloview. As you saw, it is a smart backup camera, so it uses technology to spot vehicles and people, and it will beep and like frame them. I really only use it when I'm in small parking lots like that, because I'm just not used to driving this big vehicle. And what I really like about it is that it's magnetized to the back of my truck, so I can move it to different vehicles. And
in half a mile, turn right onto Tharp Road.
Thank you. I can move it to different vehicles or onto different campers, and it is literally just so plug and play. Do I go straight here? I'm gonna turn here. Why not? All right, now that I'm parked and the GPS isn't interrupting me. So I have the Sophon AI system. It's an HD wireless camera. So you don't need to run wires under your vehicle to be able to use it. It's literally like plug it into the socket, charge the camera, mount it, and it's ready to go. So what I'm really excited about with this camera is that I spend a lot of my time kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I don't really need a camera for driving, most of the time for backing up. But when I do come into cities, I'm less comfortable because I don't like spend a lot of my time here. So I get to pop it on in parking lots so I can back up and not worry about hitting anyone in my big truck. So the other thing I was actually just thinking about is that when I am off-roading in this truck and I maybe get into a situation where I need to back out of a trail, I can pop it on and just go. But most of the time when I'm off-roading, I don't need to really look behind me unless I'm backing out. So it's so flexible for what I need. It's great. And yeah, so like I said, it has, I believe, like a 4-hour battery, which is more than enough for me. I haven't had to recharge it once. It's probably due to be recharged just so I don't have to worry about it like dying when I need it. It I think has like a 30-foot radius, I guess, from the two. So this is the screen, has little antenna. So the antennas have like a 30-foot range, I believe, which, and if that's incorrect, I will put that down below with the correct specs. But what that means is that when I do need to move the big camper, I can still use it. I can put it, because my camper is only 24 feet, so I can magnetize it to the back of the big camper and use this camera. The other thing is, once I have a stand-up like over cab camper on this, again, I can just pop it on there and be able to see behind me, because with that, there's no rear access like windows to really see behind me. So I still have quite a bit, I still have really decent visibility with this camper shell, but it is just nice being able to, Shasta's looking really cute over there. It is nice to just be able to pop it on when I'm feeling a little nervous in tighter parking spots. So, all right, enough of that. Let's go into Home Depot and get the things we need. Shasta's gonna be staying in here because it's Saturday and it is 12:15, so I don't really feel comfortable bringing her in there, not really knowing what we might be walking into, if it's too busy, if there's other dogs in there, because Home Depot and Lowe's are the places that allow dogs without needing to be service animals, huh? So you're just gonna hang out in here? You're just along for the ride, yeah? I'll be right back. You be a good girl in here and guard it. You guard the truck. Still using the magnet option. There's so much dog hair in this vehicle. And I really like it because I just stick it on there when I want to use it, like right now. Whew, it is warm. I can't tell what the weather's doing. It is rainy, but warm. Down for a sec. Yeah, California weather the last month has been so weird. This is the most rain we've had in the spring in years, which is good, but good for the state and the drought, not so good for me trying to build things, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so this is my setup, as you can see. So I turn this on, and then you should see that light. Oh, thank you for the kisses. That was very sweet. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see, but so that's circled and that truck is circled, so it is super useful. And yeah, I really only use it when I'm pulling out of parking lots like this. So let's go home. Alright, so a little while later I had lunch. I put a sweater on because it got really cold for some reason. Like I said, weather in California the last 4 weeks has been insane. So yeah, as you can see, the headliner as it is like sagging in places. It's just like disconnecting from the foam. I was hoping I might be able to restick that. So I'm hoping that the foam under the fabric I can just reuse, or it's just gonna have to go straight on the metal. But first things first, we gotta take off all of the screws. I'm gonna have to get my long bit, but I've got to take all the trim pieces out. And I brought tape and a Sharpie so I can label all of the screws so I don't lose them, and like tape them if any of these, because some of these pieces will probably come off completely. Some of them I'm not going to try to get completely off. I'm just going to kind of take the top screws out so I can like kind of tuck the fabric in. So yeah, let's get going. Not strip the screws, just. Oh. Yeah, we don't want to strip the screws, Jesse. Alright, if we're calling this a how-to video, I definitely would recommend having a longer, I think this is only like maybe 3 inches of a long drill bit, because something like this, I'm not able to get a normal bit in with one of these, so I would recommend those. I got a pack of like 10, and they came in like Phillips head and flathead at different sizes, so and yeah, also definitely label the component, which side they go on, so that when I'm putting it back together it's easier. It's going to take a while, I think, to go through it. This actually might take me 2 days, because it's like 3 o'clock right now and it's raining, and tomorrow it's not supposed to rain, so. Oh, this is scary. Plastic? Oh, I thought that was plastic. That's good to know. Oh boy. Okay. This piece I'm labeling, because it's so long, I'm labeling D and P, so I know when I put it up, this is the driver's side, this is the passenger side, so it makes it easier to figure out which way is straight. So what I'm figuring out is that this is a whole separate piece. I thought I could just, which might make it easier. I actually don't know how I'll get it out, because the doors are only so big. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get out of the door. Huh. I might have to do this in sections. Oh, that's so gross. Oh my god, what in the world was that? Dusty pieces of foam or something? That's so gross. Ugh, gross foam stuff keeps falling down. Oops. I'm trying to like roll it in. Sat in the back before. I'm gonna vacuum my truck after this because it's just dropping all this like gross old foam stuff, but okay, second side was much easier. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is, oh, I shouldn't have thrown that on the ground. There are pieces of foam, mostly that part in the front. I think it's gonna bug me that it's a little lumpy. So I'm gonna repair it with the stuff that was on the fabric. All right, I know I haven't shown you guys the headliner fabric. So yeah, nice and groovy, bright, but there's still that kind of old like brown tone, which I think would mix with everything else. So I just need to figure out which way is which. It's this way. No. I really hope I haven't that been measured. Okay, yeah, that's it. It's that way to that way. I'm gonna cut the extra bit off of the front, the selvage, because the back I think might have a little bit of white visible, so I just want to make sure that at least the front is correct. Yeah, this was the widest, not whitest, width-wise. That was also affordable. I didn't want to spend like $50 a yard. This is from Spoonflower. I'll link it below. I think this was like $29 a yard, which is the most I've spent for a yard of fabric. And make sure you have fabric scissors. It'll make this so much easier. Even when I was cutting the roof off of it, or the headliner, it is way easier to do it with fabric scissors because they're sharper. Because I work with sewing and stuff for my business, I have these on hand, but they're nice to keep on hand if you do any mending to your clothes. Makes it just so much easier. I probably need to get these sharpened because I haven't been as diligent about only using these for fabric when I lose my other scissors. That's the thing, like when you use fabric scissors, you shouldn't use them on other things. Otherwise they just don't cut as well. This is cotton. It's like a canvasy cotton. I forget what it is. I'll put the exact fabric type that I chose because I chose it because it was thicker. The samples I got were cotton, like a poplin cotton, which is very lightweight. So I'm hoping the weight of this doesn't make it harder to glue everything up, and that it just, I just wanted it to be a bit more substantial and not as see-through, in case, I had no idea what color the foam was. Oh yeah, I needed, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, we're good. Whew, I was like, why is that so difficult? I was starting to cut through 2 pieces of fabric, but luckily it was only the white side. I should probably tape off the windshield and the windows so I don't get adhesive on it. It's not so hard to take that off of glass, but it just means less cleanup. This is gonna be. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure it's the right. I swear, if this is too short. Okay. Oh yeah. And we'll have a little bit of extra for extra craft projects. Okay, I'm gonna get some paper, put it over the front. It's not sticky, like at all. This might not work at all. Oh, okay, something's happening. I think it's working. Oh, yes. Stay. Oh god, it's so wrinkly. Oh, okay. It's not ideal. I'm not having a good time. Okay. All right, we are on day 2 of doing the headliner. I wanted to wait a day just to see if the glue holds, if I needed to repair anything before I started trimming any of this back, but that's what we're doing next. So let's go. Oh. Love it when people just drive slow past you. If you have little baggies, I feel like I would recommend that more than just taping them because I almost lost a screw. Luckily it was just like right there where they were set, so not a big deal. There we go. There it is, okay. So to trim out this, since I couldn't take this off, I am using fabric glue and folding it on the inside, and if it looks really messy I might just take some like rope or something and trim it so you can't see any foam or raw edges. So that's the plan. Oh, do not drip on me. good, actually. Just get it tucked properly everywhere. I think it'll look really clean. All right, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, let's do a little wrap up now that it's done in and mostly trimmed out. So as I was going, I like clearly was having a very difficult time putting it up, like vertically. Let's move this down. So yeah, I was clearly struggling. If you can take the headliner wooden piece out, do that. It also would make it easier to like stretch it the right way. Yesterday after I finished, as I was thinking about like how the wrinkles happened, I thought it was just like how I was doing it because I was doing it like upside down, but it's also because there's a curve at the front. So with the width of my fabric, there's actually a little bit of white peeking out in the very, very back. It's not that noticeable. So, and it's also behind me, which is why I put it back there. I knew that there'd be a bit of a gap. That was the widest I could find within my budget. I think sometimes you can find like 64 inches width, which is really wide. This was, I think 54, I think. So because of the curve in the front, the fabric was like kind of moving in. I wasn't really able to like pull it out. If anything, I think the way to do it would maybe be to apply it in the center first and then work your way out. I think that's what I'm gonna do when I do it into the do it in the shell. I'm gonna be kind of doing the same thing. I don't know if I am gonna take the shell off because it's just me and my mom out here right now, and my brother's not living here anymore. And it was light when my brother and I put it on, but I don't know if my mom and I can get it off alone and like turn it upside down and then, yeah, it's mostly getting it back on that I'm kind of worried about. So with that, I am happy with the pattern I chose, because it kind of hides all the wrinkles, and most of them, the more dramatic ones, are in the back. So it doesn't really bother me. And it honestly, it's more stuck than what the other headliner was. So with all the trim back in, it looks really clean outside of the wrinkles. But yeah, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much to Haloview for sponsoring today's video. If you're interested in the same camera that I have, that is going to be linked below, but they also have so many options, so depending on your needs on the road, they will have something for you, and it's all going to be really high quality. I hope this video helped if you are planning on doing something like this, or if you just wanted to hang out with me while I struggle putting this up. No matter what, I'm happy with the result. It's a really fun pattern. And make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.